Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and be a part of our family. The best sci-fi movies on Netflix right now, Part 2. Your entertainment guide, movie. Bugs. They're smaller than us, but few things freak us out more. Director Just Philip Pot capitalizes on our innate fear of things that crawl and hop in his 2020 horror film The Swarm. Sully Brahim stars as the widow Virginie, who's trying and failing to keep her family afloat by raising locusts. When she learns the insects have developed a taste for human blood, it opens the door for her to finally make money off the things while at the same time making them more dangerous. When the inevitable comes, as Richard Brody writes for The New Yorker, the film does for grasshoppers what Alfred Hitchcock did for birds. Spiderhead is a state-of-the-art penitentiary where inmates wear a surgically attached device that administers dosages of mind-altering drugs in exchange for commuted sentences. It doesn't look like a prison. There are no bars, cells, or uniforms. There are just drugs, administered at the beck and call of visionary Steve Abnesti, Thor, Love and Thunder's Chris Hemsworth, who presents himself as a humane reformer of the criminal justice system. When two subjects, Jeff, Miles Teller, and Lizzie, Journey Smollett, begin to form a connection, however, Abnesti takes special interest in them as his experiments begin to test the limits of free will itself. This Chinese blockbuster sees a meteor strike the Earth. On board is a destructive alien life form that spawns and soon threatens humanity. After elite forces are almost completely wiped out trying to save their city, one surviving soldier, Tai Lu, Louis Koo, discovers that there's a larger conspiracy connected to the invasion.
For their sanity, they need to try this.
This is hopeless.
Medicine.
Stowaway is a sci-fi film that explores just how far human beings are willing to go to protect one another, breathing new meaning into words like sacrifice and preservation. Following the crew, played by Anna Kendrick, Toni Collette, and Daniel Day Kim, of a Mars-bound spacecraft, the trio of planetary researchers discovers an accidental fourth passenger named Michael Shamier Anderson, trapped aboard the vessel. Literally entangled in a carbon dioxide purifier, the dislocated launch engineer inadvertently destroys the device, robbing everyone aboard of precious oxygen. As the clock starts ticking on how much air is left to breathe, the crew is forced to consider some perilous and tragic choices in order to arrive on Mars safely. There's nothing like the absence of familiar Earth to raise the stakes in any live-or-die situation, and Stowaway handles this familiar sci-fi formula with an impactful narrative.
There's no way for all of us to survive.
It's imperative that we try.
Synchronic stars Anthony Mackie and Steve Dornan as New Orleans paramedics Steve and Dennis. When a series of deaths are linked to an experimental new drug called Synchronic, the emergency responders are forced to follow the trail of the elusive chemical when Dennis' daughter vanishes. Her disappearance may have more to do with the mind-altering substance and interdimensional time travel than either medical technician could ever expect. With the look and feel of a raw 70s film, Synchronic successfully balances its sci-fi horror leanings, delivering thrill after thrill as the plot compounds and time begins to fold. took Zack Snyder 2 movies to retell the story of the Magnificent Seven in space, which is essentially what Rebel Moon is. Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire introduced Cora, Sophia Boutella, and revealed her personal connection to Mother World, the heart of the empire that dominates the known universe. It also established that Cora is the title character in the sequel, Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scargiver. Cora and her remaining allies triumphed in the first part of the film when they survived an Imperium trap. But now the real challenge begins, because the Imperium is marshalling its forces to conquer Velt, Cora's adopted home. And she'll do anything to protect her people, even if it kills her.
Are you truly prepared?
Okay.
After a decade in development hell, with Tom Cruise attached to star at one point, Netflix finally saved the day and brought the Adam Project to life. Our story follows Adam Reed, Ryan Reynolds, a fighter pilot living in a dystopian 2050. While manning a time jet to rescue his wife, Adam's craft plummets into 2022, where the adult Adam is forced to take up arms with his younger self, Walker Scobell, in order to save the world from the tyrannic clutches of Maya Sorian, Catherine Keener, the wretched ruler of the future. At this point, we've seen Ryan Reynolds do it all, especially when it comes to action. While there's plenty of the actor's familiar chops on display, the sci-fi backbone of the Adam Project gives Reynolds a fun sandbox to show off in. And he delivers a performance that is a few notches above what we'd normally expect to see.
Run of that railing, hold on for dear life, and try not to pass out from the G's, okay?
Hey, what's a G? That was awesome.
Go get her!
In the future, overpopulation and famine have forced world governments to strictly enforce a one-child policy. But not everyone is so keen on following the rule, especially a group of 7 identical sisters, Noomi Rapace, who are forced to live a fugitive existence, constantly pursued by the Child Allocation Bureau. Led by Nicolette Kamen, Glenn Close, the Bureau is ruthless, but the sisters outwit them by assuming the identity of a single person and each entering the world only one day of the week. It works until Monday doesn't come home.
There you go. My daughter, listen to me!
Want to get the kids into sci-fi? This techpocalyptic animated thrill ride from Lord/Miller, the Lego Movie, Solo, a Star Wars story, ought to do the trick. Teenager Katie Mitchell has trouble connecting with her oddball family, especially when it comes to her father, who just could not be more different than Katie. But when he fears he might lose her forever when she leaves for film school, Katie's father cancels her plane ticket to LA and takes the family on a road trip instead. Unfortunately, mid-trip, a scorned artificial intelligence, AI, called PAL incites a robotic rebellion, rounding up all the people of the Earth to send them out to space. Narrowly escaping capture, the Mitchells are now the last free humans on Earth, and with the help of a couple of damaged robots, they must find a way to save humanity and their family.
Swipe, poke, swipe. Why would someone build that?
No one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Nothing the Wachowskis have done in the last 25 years has come anywhere close to recapturing the magic of the Matrix, and that includes all 3 of the sequels. The first film is just about as close to perfect as a sci-fi action film can get. Keanu Reeves solidified his action hero persona as Neo, a talented hacker who is trapped in a dead-end office job. That's not all Neo is trapped in, especially once Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne, and Trinity, Carrie-Anne Moss, offer Neo the answer to the question that's been haunting him for years. What is the Matrix? Once he learns the truth, Neo may be forced to face his own morality as part of a prophecy that he doesn't believe in.